Hello, everyone, again. That first video I did was a little better received than I expected it to be honest. So I guess I'll pop on here and kind of continue. So like I said in that one, I took a break for a long time from writing. I joined the military, moved halfway across the country, started a family, and it was a lot. It was a lot. I was busy, and but once that settled down, and I finished training and got through all that, I brain fart. I don't know if that happens to you guys, but I decided to continue. I had this thought that the first book, for everything that it was missing a lot, in my opinion, at the time. I wanted a more in-depth storyline. The first book is more like the tournament arc from an anime, right? It has more to it than just the tournament, but it was heavily inspired by that. In fact, the first book, in general, heavily inspired by anime, Naruto specifically. Huge fan. And clearly, it's Rengoku. But anyway, and so I wanted something a little more. Something with more depth, a better villain, something that kind of arced over. So the second and third books was the start of that. And I sat down and I created a very long, overarching storyline that would span both books. And I had two shorter storylines that would span one for the second, one for the third. And it continued like that for a while. It took some months, quite a few months, to finally get it done. And once I did, I released them slowly but surely. And it was nice. I felt good. I felt great even. The story had depth. Characters had much better progression, much more personality to them. It was more than just fighting, which is what the first one was mostly about. It's just a lot of fighting. And my books, almost all of them, are primarily based in action. They're like action, adventure, fantasy books. But it was so much more than that. There was, I dabbled in romantic relationships between some of the characters, more so than just the one established one that was already there. I got to explore so much more with the weight of death. Because if you've read any of my books, death is a very likely possibility for anyone at any moment. Think like the Red Wedding from Game of Thrones, but all the time. All the time. And so, yeah, it was nice. I got to explore all that. And once it was done, I put a stamp on it. And I was like, trilogy. That felt good. Felt good to say trilogy. And so I stopped. Again, took a short break. And I was done for a while. And then, of course, as I said in the first one, eventually I picked it back up. And, I did a couple more. But after the end of the third one, that was like a stopping point for me. But before I decided to pick up the next book, which were prequels, by the way, I did two prequels, and the lore of the Territorial War and Pax Santhas in general. There's the big bad that kind of overarches, and he's involved in all of it. I did one book about him, about how he started, and then I did a whole nother book about how the dragon from the books, because there's a big bad dragon. I did a whole nother book about how that thing showed up. And it was cool to touch back on historical events that are lightly mentioned, just barely, but have massive historical significance to the main storyline. And so I did. I wrote those two prequels. And yeah, that was again where I stopped, and I was done with that for a long time after that, um, for quite a while actually. But I guess just like the last one, I'll gladly pick back up and continue this spiel should anyone be interested. Um, I'll pause there. I gotta get home and make. I think I gotta make dinner. We'll see. But yeah, so that's it for now. Until next time. You all have a great day.